NLWN-TV presents ice racing from the ponds and lakes of the Badger State. The Northern Wisconsin Ice Racing Club presents its 16th season of racing on the frozen lakes of northern Wisconsin. NWIRC Racing is presented by Cal's Rock Dam Resort, great food, great drinks, and great fun in Willard, Wisconsin. Rod Contate Exteriors, improving homes and building families. A-Plus Decorative Concrete 14706 Highway 178 Jim Falls. Moss Plumbing, proudly serving Wisconsin. Call 715-523-2039. Cold Cutter Racing. Check with Cold Cutter for all your ice racing needs. Property Shop Realty, a local agency with experienced agents and professional service from Eau Claire. Sam Plosky Small Engines from Stanley, Wisconsin. Paulson Auto Sales and Custom Golf Carts, new used sales and service. Call 715-577-2135. Loopy's Grill, a place for everyone. 10-6-91 Business Highway 29, Chippewa Falls. Airtech Sports located in Rice Lake, Hudson, Menominee, and Holcomb. The View on Lake Wissota. 17779 County Highway X, Chippewa Falls. Southworth Chevrolet and Bloomer. Small town values and big savings. Haas Incorporated, concrete aggregates excavation and trucking. Call 715-669-5469. Now out to the lake and NWIRC Racing.
Well, as you can see, we're not at a lake. I'm Rick Olson, and we are at the NLWN-TV studios. And tonight, we're going to bring you the Northern Wisconsin Ice Racing Club preseason meeting. Now, we're keeping an eye on the meeting, so we'll bring it to you as soon as it gets started. Meanwhile, I'd like to point out how excited we are to be able to bring you NWIRC Ice Racing this season. I'm going to be joined by Ann Monroe on the switcher, Dan Petchow on the camera, and occasionally we'll even be visited by John Fellens and maybe some other guests as well. Racing does start this weekend at the Humbird Rod and Gun. Now, we won't be broadcasting that event, but we will be at the event to check things out and plan for our upcoming broadcast. And why don't I give you this announcement about upcoming broadcasts that we have, and then hopefully the meeting will be ready to start when we come back.
NLWN-TV is excited to announce that beginning January 16th we will carry ice racing from the NWIRC racing circuit. That's right, live racing from the ponds and lakes of the Badger State. Join us on January 16th at 11:45 a.m. for live NWIRC racing from Lake Wissota on NLWN-TV.
That's right. This coming Saturday, we are going to be at Lake Wissota. Oh, not this coming Saturday, but a week from Saturday, we are going to be at the Lake Wissota for the races there. Then coming up on January 23rd, we'll be at the Moose Lodge in Bloomer. January 30th, we'll be at the Curve Inn in Stanley. On February 6th, the races will be at Cal's Resort at Rock Dam in Willard, Wisconsin. And guess what? We're going right back there the following week, February 13th. That's again the Cal's Rock Dam Resort in Willard. February 20th, we're back at Lake Wissota. And then on February 27th, we wrap up the season at the Moose Lodge in Bloomer. Now, for some reason, one of those weekends doesn't get to happen due to weather or bad ice conditions or whatever. There is a makeup date that's currently scheduled for March 6th. Of course, the location will be announced as soon as we know where it's going to be and which race needs to be made up. But we are pretty excited to have all that happening here on NLWN-TV. And of course, we're also still carrying Colfax High School basketball, both boys and girls, and we have some changes in that. Last night we were supposed to carry a boys game with Chippewa Falls McDonald, but that game, due to COVID-19, got canceled, and the game scheduled for Friday against Durand with the Colfax boys has been postponed. We do have a game coming up tomorrow night. The Colfax girls are at Boyceville, taking on the Boyceville Bulldogs, and we will have that. And the Viking pregame will begin at 6:55, And live play-by-play will start at 7:10. And that's Viking basketball coming up at that time. We should be just about ready for the broadcast for, excuse me, for the NWIRC Racing. I have their feed, or I'm ready to receive their feed once they start sending it, and they did say that they were, according to Jason Swan, as I look back here, it says going live in 5. And so we'll see here if that's in fact the case. Let's see what I gotta flip my switches around and do the things I need to do, and let's see what this says here if I update this. And we do have it there, so let's see if I can get it lined up, and we'll get it going for you as soon as I can possibly get it ready for you here. There we go. And I'll tell you what, I think what we're going to do is this. Here we go. I think I've got it now. We are almost ready to get them on the air for you. And let's see if I can't get them right where we need to have them.
About 8 to 10 inches of ice as of
There they
Sunday.
are, and so why don't we just go ahead and
Check the lake out.
get
Looks
them
pretty good.
full up for you.
Not a lot of snow, but we're going to throw some tires out. We'll probably take all the snow that we can off the lake and make a track with it. So on Friday, they're going to go down and put the track together, check the ice again. There will be no parking. No parking on the ice whatsoever. We have talked to the township, and we are allowed to park on the road, in between the road and the lake. We will be parking trailers at an angle. You will have to unhook your trailer, and then you'll be able to park behind the rod and gun. There's not a lot of parking, but I think we can make it. I think we're going to be able to make it work. Biggest thing is, leaving the road open so people can get in and out. But number one for all that too is no parking on the ice. There'll be one vehicle on the ice, and that will be what the scorekeepers will be in, and that's it.
And if you want, bring your tents. If you want, put them on the ice. Tarp, heater, whatever. Do whatever you want. There'll be the pits will be plowed. You're more than welcome to do that. But we're not putting any trailers, any other vehicles but scorekeepers on it.
All right, moving on. We still need workers for this Saturday. We need 3 line workers yet. So that is 1 to pull the cord, 1 to get everybody lined up, and then the third one is what? Can you help me here?
Oh, we don't have 3 line workers, we need 2 line workers and 1 race board attendant.
Okay, so we need 2 line workers. Sorry about that. 1 person to run the main line, and 1 to pull the cord, and somebody to run the race board attendant. So get signed up. You can go on Sign Up Genie and get your sign up for that for worker points. So you'll be able for the end of the year for trophies, coats, and money in the upper classes. This year we have a little different. We will be wearing yellow vests. Workers will be that are on the track. So all race corners will have yellow vests on so everybody can see them, safety vests. Another thing cool this year is Northern Lights webcasting. is going to be there. They won't be at Humbird. They're going to come down this week and check it out. But after this weekend's race, they will be down and they will be going live, videoing the races. So you'll be able to go back and look it up on YouTube, and they'll also have it posted on Wednesday nights. They'll be replaying it, and you'll be able to watch yourself race. A little bit more to work on that, but I think Rick from there's got it pretty much set in stone on what he's doing. Should be a little bit of announcing there, and then we'll probably do some live interviews with some of the racers, maybe some of the families of racing, some of the board members and stuff like that. Also, what a big thing about this is when we're not racing, say there's a red or taking a little time in between starting a race, if there happens to be, he'll be running commercials for our sponsors. So our sponsors, Southward Chevrolet, Kales Rock Dam, Property Shop Realty, Boss Plumbing, Rock Solid Transport, Paulson Auto Sales, Sampelski Small Engines, Rocket Tate, AirTech Sports, and Rookies Pub. We'll be putting their logos, and we'll be able to see their, like a commercial. It'll be pretty cool. I don't know if anybody's watched the dirt track side of it, but they go out at Eagle Valley and they video the whole race, and it's pretty neat to see. So for this Saturday, registration is going to start at 8:30 a.m. And registration is going to end at 10:30 sharp. The club's getting bigger, a lot more riders, so we got to be able to give the girls enough time to get stuff together and get down on the ice and to start at noon sharp. We did add a new rule this year. There will be no refunds after 10:30. No exceptions. So you're going to want to get there and get practicing. If you have a motor blow up and it's after 10:30 or you break down, we're sorry, but we have to be able to keep the pay, everything set, and it's a lot less work for the girls and whoever's working registration. It's mostly the girls, so we kind of got to say that, right?
Keep it easy on them.
Practice is going to start at 10 a.m. That'll run till 11:15. At 11:15, we'll run what's at the line, and then we're going to end at that point. Drivers' meeting will start at 11:30. I'll be doing that. It'll be at the back of my trailer. I'll have a loudspeaker like I did last year. And then we are going to start at noon is the latest we are going to start. If the girls are down on the ice and ready to go, we will start early. Give us more time at the end and not have to be in such a hurry. We are running against daylight, so we don't want to run out of daylight time. You know, without our sponsors, we couldn't do this. We've had a lot of good sponsors that come on and help us week in, week out. You know, this club in the last couple of years has grown. We've gotten, you know, what used to be 3-4 board members has now grown. We have officers we've added. Everybody's starting to fall into place, and without that, we couldn't do it. If we didn't have Jess Jackson, Nicole Anger, Amanda Osborne, Jenna Hazelton, TJ Thompson, Shane Ryder, myself, and Chris, we couldn't do this. And I just want, you know, when you see these guys and girls at the races, thank them. This started back in September already. They were starting to put stuff together, and hats off to them. They do a phenomenal job, and I have to admit, the last, I don't know how long we've been racing, probably 6-7 years with this club. This is the first year that I feel we are ready to go. You know, obviously there's going to be issues. We know that. Nobody's perfect. And, you know, come to Chris and I. If you have a problem, come and see us. We're always, you know, if the pay ain't right, which we've had, you're still going to have that. There's no way. I mean, there's human error. You know, if a computer did everything, it would be great. But come and see us. You know, please don't go to the girls. They have a hard enough job, and they feel bad enough about it. You know, we've made mistakes, and just come and see us, and let's figure it out. You know, without you racers, we couldn't do this. So please come and see us.
Another thing about Saturday, I've been watching. I get emails from all sorts of people every time they decided they wanted to be a member on our Facebook page. And for the last like I bet you 2 months, we've been gaining, or requests, I guess, 5 to 7 a day. So, with that said, we'll see how Saturday goes with the times that we're starting and this and that, and where we're signing up for registration. We'll see how it goes Saturday. I'm thinking more likely we're going to have to start earlier on everything.
Yep.
Because I feel there's going to be a lot more riders showing up. I know some people, I believe over in Minnesota, were saying that their circuit was canceled because of the coronavirus. So we'll see how many people come from there and from other clubs.
Should be a good time. You know, bring some other competition around.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be cool.
New riders, new faces. Yep.
I kind of want to talk too. Let's start talking about some of these classes and some of the things that we've added. If you are under the age of 16, you need to bring some kind of identification to tell us, that shows us your age. And when I say that, if you're trying to run, now, if you're running Pee Wee, you don't have to do it. What I'm trying to say is, if you want to run C rubber and up, you must be 16 years old. That's been the rule since day one. There is a clause in there if the board members feel that you can handle by jumping up classes, we vote on it and then we do that. But as of right now, there's nobody that we are allowing to move up into that 16, under the age of 16 to a 16 and above class.
I mean,
If
it's
you're-
happened numerous times also. I mean, it's not like it never happens.
Also, if you're under the age of 18, your parent has to be there to sign the waiver. No brother, no somebody else signing it. Please have a parent there, have them sign it. And that's every week. Every week, we gotta have that. That's for our insurance and for us to do this. I want to talk a little bit more. You know, we've had a lot of phone calls with, well, my son's 14 years old and he races dirt track. Well, he's never raced ice raced. He's never ice raced. Not gonna, as a club, we are not gonna throw somebody that's never ice raced out with 10, 12, 15 other guys, girls, and set them loose. Now, if you want to come into our club and you're under that age of 16 and run junior rubber or junior studded and prove yourself, and you prove yourself, then we will move you up. Now, if you're coming from another club and we can physically look it up and show that you've raced before, Chris and I and Jess will get together and we'll make a decision that day. 98%, we're probably going to allow that because you have raced before. Now, if you can't prove to us that you haven't raced, I'm sorry. We have to be safe for other racers and just come in and prove yourself. You know, you can come in junior rubber and you're dominating junior rubber and you want to jump up to C rubber, hey, we'll move you up. But you got to come to us and talk to us. There is going to be zero tolerance of this. If you're trying to run a class that's older than 16, please bring your driver's license or some kind of identification. If you don't have a driver's license, student ID with your birth date on it. If you have to bring a birth certificate, bring it. If you're 16 and you got temps already, bring that. Something to show us.
Any legal document with your birthday.
Cool. What else? What are we missing? Anything?
I think we're good.
Excited to race. I know that. I think I went to Zacco's yesterday and seen a lot of racers in there buying stuff. So, you know, it's come to us very quickly. But like I said, this board and NWIRC is ready to go. And we couldn't do it without our sponsors, and you know, we got to thank them again. Southwest Chevrolet, Cal's Rock Dam Resort, Property Shop Realtor, Jenna Hazelton. Got to get that name in there. Moss Plumbing, Rock Solid Transport. Got to thank Mike Harsh. He jumped on board again, and he has been for the last couple of years. Paulson Auto Sales, Slepowski's Engine, small engines. You all know Chris has raced with us for years. He went out and started his own business. You guys need some motor work done, go see him. Give him a call. He's going to be at the races. Talk to him. He might even be able to help you out right at the races. Rock and Tate, Rookie's Pub. Daryl Hazelton come on board this year, and he sponsoring all the Pee Wee B and Pee Wee C trophies. So we actually went bigger with the trophies this year, weekly trophies. So Daryl, we've got to thank him. Stop down there, have a cocktail with him. He's a lot of fun. I believe he's going to have a daughter racing this year, so that'll be pretty cool to see. If I missed a sponsor, I'm sorry. I think I got everybody here. Questions? So we're gonna give us a good 5 seconds here. We can't see the questions. We're going a little farther away, so Jess has been writing them down, and we'll start going through questions. Can you still sponsor? Was a question. Yes. If you look at our schedule, the 27th of February, we have what we call a sponsor, pop-up sponsor. What we do with that every year at the end of the year, we normally used to have it out on Lake Wissota. This year we moved it to Bloomer. All that money we get, and then we divide it up in between the racers. So if you have 10 people in your class, if it's an outlaw class, whatever monies that we get, there's a certain percentage that goes to each one of those riders. None of the money comes back to the club. It all goes to all of the riders. Last year we had a little issue with that. We didn't divide it out correctly, and I think a couple riders that got a hold of me on that, and it took us a couple days, and we figured it out, but we hopefully got all that payback out to everybody. But yes, if you want to sponsor, you can give me a call, you can give Chris a call, or Jess Jackson, or come see us on race day, and we can get something figured out. Can you take videos?
You take
Yep.
videos and pictures and post them on
Yes,
the website?
yes, please,
Oh, absolutely.
please.
If you
Please
want them on
post
the
them.
website, tell them to message me, and then I'll put them on the website.
If you want to get them onto our website or even onto the Facebook page, if you can't get it on there, message Jess Jackson and she will get them on there. We love more pictures and videos, especially those kids. We have a lot of Pee-wees, and it's pretty cool to watch. Can we start earlier? This Saturday we are going to start at noon. We are going to watch this very close. If it gets to a point where we're starting running out of daylight for whatever reasons, we'll make a decision, and then we will bump up the next week's race. It's potential that we might be able to start 11:30, 11 o'clock. Our day starts pretty early, which is okay. We're down there putting the track together pretty early. And if you are signed up for working this week, Shane would like you there at 8:30. You come to my trailer, Shane will be there. We'll get you set up with what you need, and we'll get you rolling. Enough snow for GP? Yes. Very small, but we'll make it work. They're probably going to, if you haven't been to Lake Emerson, it's not very big. I'm pretty sure by the time our plow guys are done, there's probably not going to be any snow on that lake, except the snowbanks that we are making.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be any left. We're gonna take it off, because there's only about 3 inches of snow up there right now.
So we're going to take as much as you can. We got
6 would have been nice, but we'll make
TJ
it work.
Yep. TJ's bringing some tires too, some half tires they are that we're going to put out. That way, Chris here doesn't try to cut the corner and adult Pee-wee.
Yeah.
Try to
What I
take
always do.
advantage. We got to slow Colin down somehow, right?
Right?
Yeah. Maybe we'll throw a tire out there. Will you stop? Get ahead,
I
throw a
took a
tire out.
tire, put it around them.
Banana peels.
Yeah, put it right around them.
You got to slow that Colin down. He's getting too fast.
They're still coming in, so.
Another question we have here. Parents have to sign for people under 18. Always. Always, always. Every week. It's on the site. It has been. I'm going to be honest. We probably haven't policed this like we should have been. But it's getting to be more and more reliability, and it's going to be more and more racers, and we are going to watch this really close. It's, and if you're doing really good and you want to move up, come see us. Let's talk about it. Hey, we watch the races. We're watching 98% of the races, or somebody's watching, and we see who the people are dominating. Last year we had some people complaining about this person jumping on the line all the time, so we went watch, and that's okay. Come to us as humans and be nice, and we'll be nice back, and do our best that we can. What else we got for questions? Got any more questions? Jess is getting them? B Rubber GP question. So we started this class this year to give some of the A riders and the B riders a GP to run instead of having to run the open amateur class. So there was a lot of questions on this. So we added the class. I'm hoping everybody shows up that says they're gonna. And you'll be able to run more towards the people that are probably your caliber of racing. We are going to watch that nobody from a higher class is jumping back down, but then it also spreads it out a little bit. You know, last year in the GP there was a lot of quads out there, and you know, guys, we got a lot of expensive equipment.
A lot of rubber quads.
And we want to keep it so we're not wrecking in the first corner and everybody's stuff's wrecked and we can't finish the race or can't finish the season. So that's where that B Rubber GP come from. It's just your B Rubber rules. Who's your tires? You know, some of you A riders could probably go either way. Just pick what you feel is best. You know, if you've ran open amateur in the past and you finished in the top 5, yeah, probably stay in the open amateur class. Obviously, no short and swing arms in that B Rubber class. That is for long swim arms only. Trikes. We will run trikes if there's at least 3, and that goes with any class. If we have 3 quads or bikes, we will run them. And that's at registration. Now, if we lose one during the race or before the race, we're still going to run it. So if you have at least 3 people, we will run it. And that goes with anything. The trikes. We've had a lot of questions about studded side-by-sides.
Bring them. We'll run them.
Bring them. We'll run them. That's right. We need
Just
3
like
though.
It's just like everything, you know. Everybody wants to do it, then come race day, nobody shows up. It's like, oh man, I want to see them. Bring them up.
I want to see it too. I want to see it.
I might have to stud mine up, you know.
Definitely. So that was at any class, we need at least 3 riders. You know, and I wanted to, it brings up some more questions. You know, seems every year the Pee Wee C, B, and A, where should I put my kid? If you've never raced, if that individual's never raced, put them in C. If they're doing really good, then we can bump them up to A.
Or at least B first.
Or I'm sorry,
Yeah.
B, thank you.
Let's not be way over.
Let's not do that. GP, Pee Wee, is for A riders only. You need to be an A rider. You need to be racing in that class to run GP, Pee Wee. No exceptions, please. If you want it, if you know your kid and he really wants to do the GP, you might as well just enter him in the A Pee Wee class and go that way. Otherwise, if you've ever watched it, it takes a while. When there's a little less riders into those, it takes even longer. You know, and maybe.
And a lot of times the A riders are at least big enough themselves where they do have to get themselves out of trouble. They can pull the machine back themselves.
That's a good point, Chris. That's
I mean, we ran the B's with the A's, and it's like you need to have 20 people running around trying to chase them down to get them unhooked or whatever. I mean, sure it is fun, but it just makes for a really long day on that class.
Also, talked about pictures earlier. Chris Burback's going to be down there on Saturday, from my understanding. Go see him. He sells pictures. He sends little hero cards. Go see Chris. You'll see him in the center taking pictures. He takes some awesome pictures. You know, a good sponsor, way to push out your sponsors. If any of you riders got sponsors and stuff, you want to
Definitely. Anything you can think of, you can do with your picture.
You know, he's done group pictures. Don't be scared to grab them and talk to Chris Burback, and he can get you some pictures too. What else we got for questions? Anything?
And he's made some slow people look really fast too. I mean, just telling you.
Jess, you don't want to come over? You keep coming. All right. UTV studded, we talked about that. There's no more questions on that one? UTV studded?
It was a question that came in as we were doing this.
Okay. So if you got, hopefully our side-by-side UTV studded, we answered that. Show up. We'll race you if you got at least 3 of you. Dash for cash. No night race. It's a hard one. I'll be honest. 2 years ago, I was huge. I loved this night race. I went and
NLWN-TV is excited to announce that beginning January 16th we will carry ice racing from the NWIRC racing circuit. That's right, live racing from the ponds and lakes of the Badger State. Join us on January 16th at 11:45 a.m. for live NWIRC racing from Lake Wissota on NLWN-TV.
take it down. I mean, there's lights we had to take down, and fill them up, back up with fuel. You had to start them flipping pretty much the night before, the day before, because they would freeze up or wouldn't start. So it was a lot of work.
It'd be nice if they made electric ones,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to worry about so much.
definitely. That would be easy.
Another 10 years, then we'll have one. We'll do a night race then. What else you got?
Bump list. What's the bump list?
So they won last year. Scott Doppel was asking if there was gonna be a B list bump.
A bump list. Not right now that I'm aware, Chris. I don't think there's anybody. There's a couple of them that won some classes last year that Nolan already said that they're moving up. There's some younger, under 18, but above 16 that won some classes too. And we kind of look at it. It's only his second year riding in it. Did an awesome job, and that we left that up to him whether he decides to go up or not. We would like to see you guys grow up, keep going up. Obviously, the money is in the open classes. At the end of the year.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
That's where the money's at. As our club keeps growing and the sponsors keep coming in like they are, we're going to continue to do that. Some years we've paid more, some we've paid less. It all depends on what we have at the end of the year. We're here. NWIRC years ago giving back to the racers. Without the racers, Chris and I went with present of nothing, I guess, really. It's you guys out there that race, guys and gals that make this happen.
I don't even know what that says.
Will Chris Berlin's makeup come back?
Chris Berlin,
The makeup artist? I was asking one earlier. And they told me there was going to be
Oh,
one.
will Chris Berlin make a comeback? I don't know. In study, I don't. When I started racing,
I think they're
well, I guess
adult
Kennedy
PV.
did. Adult PV? I don't know.
I got bad hips, Come on.
That's a good question. You haven't won it in 2 years, have you?
No.
I won it 2 years ago.
No.
Colin did this year.
Here
If
I was.
I
I was
part
the
of it-
biggest cheater at one
If
time, but now I'm.
any part of it, he
third.
won't win adult PV, but I think he's focusing on that side by side. I really do. I think he's focusing on that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys know Sean and Logie are racing now, and they're getting into it pretty heavily, so it gets harder. It's harder. I mean, the adult Pee Wee class is a blast, so any of you guys out there that think you got it, come and race with us
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
90s.
Yeah.
Bring it. We'll race against you.
Maybe if it's a vet class instead of maybe. Be like 50 up close to give me another 7 years.
All right,
If I'm
Nerf,
still around then.
Nerf bars on trikes. Absolutely, you need to have Nerf bars. And you need to have tethers, and they need to be working tethers on all quads and motorcycles. If your tether does not work when you go through tech, you gotta be able to go back and get it to work before we will let you race. Guys, as we're getting bigger and stuff, there is a decibel reading out there of 96. If the DNR come down there and they check you, and you're over 96, you're gonna get ticketed. Not us, not NWRC, you are.
I think it's your fine.
So make sure your quads are legal for the class that you're running.
We've been lucky enough. We actually haven't
Yeah.
really had a problem, even with too much even calling in for noise complaints from neighbors and stuff. I mean, we've had a few, but they've been pretty good.
Yeah, we got a good thing
I mean,
coming.
so I don't know if we're all that loud, but you know, if that does happen and DNR does come, I mean, I have seen it happen, but it's been many years ago. That's your ticket.
You've seen, we've been racing, and you see the DNR down there. They pretty much leave us alone. They know what we're doing, and they know we're following the rules. And
Most of them are actually really nice. They come over and talk to us,
Yeah.
and they're more worried about the place being clean when we're done. And that's a big concern.
pick up after yourself. Cigarette butts.
But we've had it pretty good. You know, I've actually had them say, hey, you know, you guys are, especially down in Wissota, I've had them come over multiple times when I've actually been plowing out there, and the guy come up, he's like, hey, you know, that was awesome. You come and checked it out. Pits were all clean, and there wasn't junk laying everywhere. It's like, except maybe some parts that fell off somebody's four-wheeler on the track that, you know, nuts and bolts or something that you just
We try to
Loctite or something.
We try to walk it and make sure that we get all that stuff. And, you know, that's leads back to, you know, we have a pit attendant that picks up afterwards. So, guys, I can't say it enough. You get your worker points in before it's too late. A lot of people signing up, you know, and it gets down to the end, and if you don't have it in, you're SOL. They give you all year. We shouldn't, you know, this first week race here, we're looking for 3 people. We shouldn't have that.
Especially running the line. I mean,
That's easy.
That's where the action is, and that is probably one of the easiest jobs there is. I mean, I would definitely rather do that than corner any day.
You know, if you are working a corner and you're racing that day, make sure you get somebody to work for you while you're racing. Also, same thing with the line. I know last year we had an issue with an individual that walked away, and we ended up spending more time somebody else looking for somebody to pull that cord and run the line. So make sure you have somebody that's going to help you, whether it's a parent, whether it's a brother, sister. It's not going to be Shane. Shane's not going to be. He's got enough on his plate.
There's usually always somebody that'll grab
Right.
it for a couple races until you get back. I mean, it's not that early.
You know, that line pulling, if you see Kurt or Autumn sitting there, they can, usually before the first half of the race, they can pull that. After the second half, I probably want to ask them. A couple McLeans, a couple boxes. Questions? Any more questions?
Oh, yeah.
Keep them coming.
This one here.
Buddy race. Will we pick a few specials? Buddy race. When do we want to do the buddy races? You know, with soda.
Maybe in the last one, maybe for Bloomer.
For Bloomer,
It
for
takes
sure.
too
The
long
last.
to do it every week. I know it's fun, but
Yeah.
You know, I know we talked last year after the buddy race. It was a lot of fun to watch. I think we did it for the juniors too. The juniors, did Peewees do it? Peewees didn't do it. It's not safe. I'm going to be honest. It's not the safest thing. But buddy races, I think we'll pick. You guys want to pick 2? What do you think, Chris? We pick 2 races.
Yeah.
We know we're going to do Bloomer at the end of the year. February 27th for sure. Last race of the year, we got to do that.
Are we going to do them back to back?
Or do you want to do maybe like February 6th at Rockdale? Split it up a little bit. That way, if Ty and TJ wreck their quad. Like they did
Yeah, we can do that.
last year, the year before. So we're going to plan, if everybody's paying attention here, February 6th will be a buddy race. If your ladies want to write that down. And February 27th, the last race of the year, we'll do a buddy race. And that'll be 100% payback. What do we normally do? $10 a person
for what?
for the buddy race? $10 a person, pay top 3. We'll do that. Question come in, scraper or just plowing? What are we using? We plow and then we scrape.
Yes. Unless it's that rough. If you get too many auger holes and they don't kick the slush off, sometimes we have to take the scuffer out there. I'll put it on my blade.
I think that's what they were asking.
It's the only.
I think they were asking whether it was the plow scuffer or the pull behind scuffer.
Well, we got both.
Both.
And
but
we usually
generally
use both every
Generally, yeah, we use both every week, but when we first start plowing, if there's that many out there, I usually put the scuffer on mine and I actually start plowing with the scuffer on to knock the track down and level it. Otherwise, you can't knock them off.
Right.
I mean, they're rock hard.
I mean, after, if you really.
We get them down. I mean, the track's usually smooth right out after a few rounds on it.
Even after practice, you see where that scuffer, you're not really making traction there. You know, a little bit, but
So,
after practice, it gets blown off pretty good and polished off. And junior buddy race, kind of brought that up already. We will have a junior buddy race. We'll do it same time, February 6th and February 27th. Was there an additional short and swing arm class? Not that I'm aware of.
I think that was a CW thing.
Not that I'm.
we don't have
No.
100 short or 100 long swing class. We only have a handful of each one.
Right.
So
Go on the website, go on NWIRC website, look at the classes, and you'll be able to see which is short and swing arm, which is
if
not.
we got to run 3 heats, if we will run 3 heats, we'll pick so many out. There'll be a big payout at the final.
You know, talking about quads, you know, if there's more than 12, we will go to heats. We will max of 12 quads or bikes on the line. We'll run however many heats we need to, and then we'll run a last chance qualifier, and then those last chance qualifiers will start in the second row. You know, whatever we decide, 1 or 2, whatever it is, or maybe more. We are gonna try to run more heats, not to get so many quads out there. If we have more than 12. Points. Workers that do not end up with working and do not find a replacement will lose season points. Yes.
Correct. Yep.
We put enough time into this and during the week and in the morning, and the last thing we want is, okay, you're supposed to work and then you don't show up. If you sign up Genie, you need to make sure somebody's there. Have that person come to us and say, I am working, and it could be for you, I think. Is that what we're doing,
Yeah.
Shane?
Yep.
Could be
You
somebody
have-
working
They
for
can
you.
work for
If you
you.
have something
Anybody
come
can
up,
work for
you
you,
have
but
to get
somebody
a hold
has
of
to
me
be there.
30 days in advance to get that changed. That's how it works.
Unless they find
Thirty?
us.
I think you said 30.
3 days?
3 days?
30.
30 days.
So basically, you have the first 4 weeks to make any changes. And
Yes.
after that, you're
Okay.
out.
That's right.
So you're saying as the first 4 weeks, we'll make changes,
After
last-
that,
after the last 4 weeks, it's set.
You have to find your own route.
I know we went through a lot of, last year, me, Chris, and Jess sat down at the end of the season, went through points, and I couldn't believe how many people didn't have worker points
Oh
in
my
that
God.
threw out
That
a
you got.
very nice coat,
Through,
very
yes.
nice trophy,
Yeah.
and I believe there was an individual that threw some money out.
Actually,
Yep.
all 3.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yes.
You know, so please, get your stuff in. That's on you. All right, moving on. Your parents have to be there every week. It's a liability. We have to have you there to sign the paper.
And they have to stay on site.
That's the question. They want to know if they have to stay at the track or they can show up, sign the paper, and pull out.
We want them to stay there.
We would like you to stay there. That is a
Especially
liability.
if anything happens.
Something
Accident
happens.
happens or anything.
You know, we will have, at Humbird, we're gonna have an ambulance. At Rock Dam, we are gonna have, both at Rock Dam, we're gonna have ambulances. Otherwise, Bloomer is, you can pretty much see the hospital, and Lake Wissota, you can see the hospital, so, and the same thing, with Stanley. Stanley, I think, it's up in the area if we're gonna have one there for Stanley Crew Band, which is January 30th. We have a couple weeks to hash that out, and we
If
do
we're gonna
have,
have ice there, or?
right. And then
That's what we're gonna be worried about, is the ice.
EMTs are on site. We have some EMTs that are there, that are racing with us. First responders that we have there, Matt Reese, Katie Hanks, any of those. You know, if you have something that you just want somebody to quick look at, come grab one of us and we get you in the right direction. So back to the question, parents need to be there. if you're under the age of 18. So, what else? Got any more questions?
How many races do the Pee Wee parents have to work? That's one.
Question here is how many workers for Pee Wee parents? One race you got to work per Pee Wee parent, per kid. Just get signed up on there and then put whoever you're signing up for, put their name. If the last names ain't the same or something, at least put their name in there. That way we know who it's for, and at the end of the season, we print all that out and we have it. Restarts. Anything new? Last year we went to no restarts except in the lower classes. Junior rubber, I believe, was the only one. Junior studded, and we're going to do the same thing. If you snuff it on the line and you're in a C rubber and up, you got to get it fired and go. At some point, we will pull the plug on you if you can't get it fired. If they have a lap in, we will not send you out there. You're already a lap down. Get it fired up and go. At first, the beginning of the year, there was a lot of hee-hawing about this, but I think it went really good. I don't think there was maybe one or two people, and I don't know if they would have got those squads and bikes started anyway.
I think it was more wrong with just, it was more engine or machine not running than it was their fault, And I actually don't think it ever come back to us today. I think it was out once it was out. It was,
just because you don't finish that first round, you can still race the second round. If you have motor problems or any kind of problems, you don't make the first round of racing, you can still come back in the second round. Now, if there's heats and stuff, obviously you'll have to go to the last chance qualifier first, and then go from there. Adult Pee Wee buddy race. Really, two of you on a quad, huh?
I don't think they make a big enough quad.
Maybe if you...
That was Derek's idea.
Derek Osborne? I get scared just sitting on that thing. That's a lot of weight.
Maybe if they scissor.
Scissor?
Yeah. I don't think so.
No.
It probably would be funny, but I don't know who's going to sit on the steering wheel because you're not going to turn it.
No. It's hard about time trying to turn it. We're going way too fast for that. No, nobody race for adult Pee Wee. That sounds like an accident waiting to happen. It would be fun to watch if you do that. Questions? Any more questions? Kind of slowing down with questions?
Yep, so if they have any worker point questions, they need to message Shane.
Any worker points questions, please get a hold of Shane Ryder. You can message him on Facebook.
You can message us on
And you can also message us on the NWIRC Facebook page.
Derek and Joe Ruben.
What? Smoking Joe's on here?
They wanna do the adult Pee Wee buddy race.
Who wants to?
Derek and Joe.
Derek Osborne and Joe Rubenzer? Whoa. Whoa.
Well, maybe after
Now, Smoking Joe.
maybe after this first race, maybe we should let them go up there and take a round.
I think they should just
see what
let's
they
come
look
out
like.
and try it. I'd love to see Joe on a 90 out
Yeah,
there.
so is Derek gonna ride on his back? Probably Joe would drive and Derek would just ride on his back.
Probably like a backpack.
He would be. He'd be like a little baby on his back.
Just touch base again on the we need 3 riders to any class.
Yep. 3 riders for any class.
If you have 3 riders, we will race them.
Yep.
Anything else?
Can you blame Frank's kids? We got last one. They're under 18, so. Say Mike and I'll say you calls.
Mike, what was that, Mike?
We'll get calls later.
Give us a call, Woogie. We'll discuss your question. We gotta do it by the book, and we gotta make sure nobody gets hurt. And our club's getting bigger, and we don't want to go backwards. Chris and I, when Chris took over as president many years it's been? 4 now? You know,
6 or something.
it's been a while. You know, Steve and Barry, they did a phenomenal job starting this club. You know, and they handed over to Chris and I come on board, and a lot of other people come on board and started helping, and we just want to continue growing this club and give these kids and other people something to do for the day. You know, if you guys come out and watch some of our races, our Lake Wissota race is probably the biggest race. There's a lot of people out there. Unbelievable how many people. You know, I'll have the Tunes rocket again this year. You know, we're going to do, you know, last year we had an awesome, a lot of people thought it was cool when we did the national anthem at the beginning. We're going to be doing that again. We'll have 3 people out there. We'll do probably a side-by-side, a studded quad or a rubber quad, and then a peewee. So, you know, this week, the first week, we got 3 people picked, and then future weeks, if your kid wants to carry the American flag, bring them on out. If there's any vets out there that want to jump on somebody's quad and carry that flag, we'd love to see that too. Can we kick Scott Dockel off there? God, look at he's like, that's all I see, Scott Dockel. Chris Berlin, come back. Where was Scott? When's he gonna? He's gotta come back, I think. You know?
He needs to bring his quad so I got something right.
Yeah.
I'll race GP.
Any other questions? You know, we're gonna start wrapping it up here, so looking forward to seeing everybody on Saturday. Get there early, get your practices in, especially if you're new. Get down there, get the practices, and really see how hard it is. It's not just going out there going in circles.
Right.
It's not that easy.
Try to get their forms filled out beforehand, so the line's gonna be long.
Go onto our NWIRC website, print off the form, get your forms filled out ahead of time. There's going to be a long line, so we want to keep that line moving.
Yep, definitely.
You know, as we know, this club's getting bigger, and we have to start on time. You know, and if we have to, like I said earlier, we will move up the start time. But obviously, this week we are starting, like we said, registration is at 8:30. Practice starts at 10. We'll be done. The last practice will be at 11:15. Drivers' meeting will be at 11:30. And if those girls are on the ice at 11:45, we will start. We can start 5-10 minutes early. That way we don't have to be in such a big hurry. And, you know, be up to the line. You know, we will give you have 2 minutes. When your class, that 2 minutes starts when your class goes to the line. When you're there at the line, your 2-minute clock starts. And in 2 minutes, if you are not there, we are going without you. And if you know that you're having some troubles, and you know that you're going to make it in that 2 minutes, send somebody up to tell us. Even though they come up and tell us, and if it's past 2 minutes, Dion's clock starts. As soon as he has everybody on that line, he's the one that will be taking care of this time. And after 2 minutes, we are done. We are starting without you. But if you scratch for a race after your first set, or you can't make the first set, come and let us know. See Dion, Goldilocks, can't miss him. He'll be at the line, long flowing hair.
We're going to give him a big clock like this to wear around his neck. Big stopwatch.
You know, we got Petey coming back flagging for us this year. We also got Woody. He's going to help me flagging. Maybe try to pull Dean out of retirement. Maybe one race, half a race. We'll see what we can do, just to knock the dust off and make sure that he can still do it. What else? Am I missing anything?
The Senate registration area is gonna be in the
Oh,
clubhouse, but we're not gonna hover, we're just gonna get in, get out.
let's talk a little bit. Yeah, thank you, Jess. COVID. If you're worried about the COVID, please wear your masks. Please stay 6 feet apart, the best that you can. We are going to be registering inside. So if you're not comfortable with there's too many people inside, maybe just stand outside and let's wait that line to get down a little bit. Just be respectful of other people. You know, some people don't believe, some do, but let's just be respectful and wash your hands. You know, that's a big thing. Wash your hands. And
the bathrooms will be open.
Bathrooms will be open. They will not be serving food at the Rod and Gun. In the past, they've actually served us food. We are just renting the pavilion so we can do registration. The bathrooms will be open in there. We'll be able to use that, but wear your masks. You'll see a lot of people running around with masks on. So last thing we need is somebody coming down and yelling at us because we're doing this. But we're going to be outside. We will hold awards inside afterwards. If you're not comfortable with that, just let us know. If we have everything done, we can get you your trophy or your payout ahead of time, or you can pick it up the next week. Yep. We have that. So when you go to register the following week, ask the wonderful ladies at registration, and they'll get you that.
You want Chris to say something?
I'm gonna say something.
Braden does.
Think about it. President got it.
Braden Taylor.
Okay, we'll see y'all Saturday. Get your stuff ready. I got things to do.
All right, we're checking out. Before I go, part of NWIRC, I want to thank everybody for coming here today, and I want to thank our sponsors, Southworth Chevrolet, Grant Southworth. Go see them, buy a car, buy a truck, whatever you need from them. Without him, we couldn't do this. Jenna Hazelton, go see her if you're looking to sell or buy a house. Cal's Rock Dam. Also, remember, during those weeks when we race down there, she puts on one heck of a spread at intermission. Go in and see what she's making for us. She's done different bar or taco bar and burger bar. So go in and see Cal's at Rock Dam Resort. Moss Plumbing, if you need any plumbing. I lost my list. Can't remember them all. Chris Lampolsky at Small Engines. Go see him if you need some motor work done or whatever. You need your lawnmower fixed, or I'm sure you can pretty much fix anything. Mike and Aaron Harsh at Rock Solid Transport. Got to thank them. Paulson's Auto Sales. He sells golf carts. If you want a golf cart and want to run around on the ice with that, go buy one of those from him. Rookie's Pub, Daryl Hazelton. Stop in and have a cocktail with Daryl. He sponsored all the trophies this year for the Pee Wee classes.
Is there a limit with how many people you can bring on the ice?
Is there a limit on how many people we can bring on the ice? No, there is no limit, but stay spread out. You're walking out, there's no driving any vehicles on that ice. The only vehicle that will be on that ice is the girls that are scoring. Also, I never talked about this. Make sure you have number plates. White backs, black numbers. You need one to have on the front, on the rear, on the left side of your quad. Same thing with the bikes. You have to have number plates. They need to be legible, and the girls need to see it.
No double numbers.
No double numbers. So obviously where'd Chris go? He just leaves me up here by myself. Thanks a lot, Tiller. You scared him away.
That's why.
I do talk too much, but I just want everybody to understand this.
These are in the rules.
I know, but every year we have the same issue, right? Number plates, have them. Your numbers, if you're an NWIRC member before this year, they get first choice at numbers. If you have to switch, a 1 or an 8 or whatever, but please check with the girls to see if there's somebody else in your class at that same number. Last year we had some guys switch numbers, and they switched it to another number that was in that class. I know you guys don't know beginning of the year. We'll do our best, and if we have to add stuff. Chris leaves me up here all by myself. Lonesome. All right. We're going to end it there. Thank you. Have a great night.
NLWN-TV is excited to announce that beginning January 16th we will carry ice racing from the NWIRC racing circuit. That's right, live racing from the ponds and lakes of the Badger State. Join us on January 16th at 11:45 a.m. for live NWIRC racing from Lake Wissota on NLWN-TV.
And you've been watching the NWIRC Preseason Ice Racing Meeting. Now, our next ice racing broadcast is set for Saturday, January 16th, as you just saw. And it's going to begin at 11:45 a.m. right here on NLWN-TV. And then in addition to that, we do have some other races coming up. On January 23rd, we're going to be at the Moose Lodge in Bloomer. On January 30th at the Curve Inn in Stanley. February 6th and February 13th, we'll be at Cal's Resort at Rock Dam in Willard. That race on the 6th is, if you noticed in the meeting, has a buddy race. And then on February 20th, we'll be back at Lake Wissota, and February 27th, back at the Moose Lodge in Bloomer with a buddy race there as well. And if any of those need to get made up, that'll happen on March 6th. Our next broadcast schedule for NLWN-TV was supposed to be the Colfax boys basketball game against Durand. However, due to COVID-19, that game has been postponed. So our next broadcast will be on Tuesday, January 12th, when we bring you the Colfax girls basketball game against Spring Valley. Viking pregame begins at 6:55 and live play-by-play starts at 7:10. So far, our entire ice racing crew, this is Rick Olson, and we will see you on Saturday, January 16th for NWIRC Racing from Lake Wissota. Good night, everybody.
You've been watching NWIRC Racing on NLWN-TV. NWIRC Racing is presented by Cal's Rock Dam Resort. Great food, great drinks, and great fun in Willard, Wisconsin. Rock and Tate Exteriors, improving homes and building families. A+ Decorative Concrete, 14706 Highway 178, Jim Falls. Moss Plumbing, proudly serving Wisconsin. Call 715-523-2039. Cold Cutter Racing. Check with Cold Cutter for all your ice racing needs. Property Shop Realty, a local agency with experienced agents and professional service from Eau Claire. Sam Plosky Small Engines from Stanley, Wisconsin. Paulson Auto Sales and Custom Golf Carts, new used sales and service. Call 715-577-2135. Loopy's Grill, a place for everyone. 10691 Business Highway 29, Chippewa Falls. Airtech Sports, located in Rice Lake, Hudson, Menominee, and Holcomb. The View on Lake Wissota, 17779 County Highway X, Chippewa Falls. Southworth Chevrolet in Bloomer, small town values and big savings. Haas Incorporated, concrete aggregates excavation and trucking. Call 715-669-5469. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network.